removing the friction of sales. A lot of it for folks is just having permission to focus on one thing.
Yeah.
And some of these like timeless low hanging fruits I talk about in this, like the sticky, we call it like the sticky SaaS. These are the things that are quick wins and people end up sticking. Like the thing, like years later, they're like, should I leave? Should I stay? Like this is categorically where it usually falls into.
Totally.
What's interesting is reviews is like the subset here. I think the piece that we talk about is like the phone, the number swap on a Google Business profile
for a missed call text back.
It facilitates a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's true.
It shortcuts getting a list.
Yeah.
Right. So it shortcuts getting a list. You get the missed call text back happening.
Yep.
You now have a better vehicle for asking for reviews. Like not every business gathers a cell phone. And so now it's like you're more likely to get that.
Absolutely.
And so then when you want to ask for the review, you've got a channel where they're going to open it, they're going to, watch it and look at it. And so I'd love to hear from your perspective. What, like if I condense it down to like just a handful of things, what are those sticky things?
Yeah.
I know mine. But
okay. Well, I sort of think about it like you want to own the front door of the business, and the sooner you do that, the better, because then you can start to claim some of that as yours, and then you can also start to increase the value of that. And so the easy ones are absolutely the number swap, which you're right, facilitates missed call text back, two-way texting. GMB chat comes along with it automatically, which I think a lot of people underestimate. The web chat widget on the website. And yeah, I'd say that like those are the easy, like you do this today, you create a lot of value, you can keep going deeper and all that, but that's how you create the most value faster, because now you're like, hey, look, see all those leads coming in? that's real customer potential here. Yep. And watch this. I'll turn on something simple like missed call text back, or, I'll even give you stats. Like, how many people you say, well, how many people called your GMB number today?
I have no idea.
I don't know. And if you look at the Google report, that's actually the number of people who clicked the icon, not the number of people who actually called the number. Yep. So all of a sudden you're giving them great information about their business, right? Yep. And you can say, oh, and by the way, you got 100 calls and you missed, 75 of them. Did you know that? Oh, holy crap. No way. Really? And here you are buying Facebook ads and you're not even picking up the calls you're getting, right? Really simple wins that you can deliver to a business and become very ROI positive very quickly.
Yeah, no, I love it. I think that those are encapsulated in mine. So I say the number and like that GMB swap, it adds that extra channel, gives the analytics, makes it more accessible. The chat widget on the website, so easy. I love the example Gubagoo, which I think maybe you told me $380 million they sold for. $380 million.
Did they sell? That I didn't know.
Oh, they did.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. $380 million, and their value prop is chat widget on website, single vertical.
Totally.
Like that is it.
That is
$380 million. Yeah. Now the value, you pick a more valuable niche, you specialize in there and you do well, but like that's one niche example. Like it's waiting in prime for people to basically do.
And the irony of that business model actually is it should be radically easier to do now than it was when they did it because of ChatGPT.
Oh, 1,000%. Yeah, exactly. Now it's like now with the ability to like have that extra leverage and so accessible, it is, it's remarkable. This is interesting. I don't know if you've seen this stat. It was like 80% of people who've heard of ChatGPT or AI have not used it.
Well, of course.
And so this is, I tell folks, even that idea, the leverage of AI as a hook is critical. I think of like folks like Frank Kern who just skill and experience and somehow like forecasted like this is going to be my angle and just, somehow timed the market very, very well. But like everyone has the same possibility. Yeah. Everyone has the same tools. And now I'd be like, technically from the 8 months ago when he launched, the tools are better.
Yeah, right.
Like
much better. Wildly better.
It is wildly better today than it was 8 months ago.
And even more well-known, I'd say.
Oh, and even more well-known. Yeah. So this is like that piece of it. So yeah, I said the phone, the chat widget in there. I like domains. Like when you connect their domain.
Oh, yeah.
And so one of the low-hanging fruits that we advocate for and it just becomes sticky for the customer is this idea of like social funnels. Usually they have a website.
Sure.
What they don't usually have is like a go.com on their Instagram or on their Facebook page.
Like a link tree?
Link tree. That's the idea. Like these social funnels, these social landing pages.
Yeah. I went to a restaurant the other day and they're like a fairly, reasonably well-known restaurant and their whole menu and everything was just a link tree.
Yeah. And so like that use case from a stickiness factor, if like you can get a business like, hey, we don't need to change your website, but this is something you do not have.
Oh, and the cool part is they QR coded it on the darn table. So it's not like it was some rando website nobody knew. It was like, hey, welcome to the restaurant. Scan that QR code, up pops the link tree. They were using that to run their whole business. I was like, wow, that's cool.
But so like, the application is there. You have brands like that, like Linktree and these other, link in bio, they're doing the same thing, but it's in that category where the majority of folks that have interacted with it don't actually use it still. It's this weird disparity where you're like, how many people have seen a link in bio or something like that? And be like the majority, but it's still elusive to the majority of businesses where they think of like, how do I do that?
Seeing things and doing things are radically different. This is why there's such an opportunity, right? Because SaaSpreneurs have the ability to bridge that gap from, oh, hey, you've seen this, which allows them to like connect, right? Which is your whole point, like foot in the door. Now, let me show you how to do something with it that's interesting and useful. Because you've, like you said, you haven't even used ChatGPT, or if you have, you probably went on their website and like talked to the bot or whatever, or ask it to write you a recipe and like, woo, whiz bang. But you didn't really translate it into business value. That's what a SaaSpreneur is all about.
No, I love it.